Here to Greg Kaufman because over the 29 years I've had the show, I talked to Greg Kaufman. I added it up. He had his own talk show for a while, but I actually did over 100 hours of interviews with Greg Kaufman. Greg loved to talk on the radio. He did. He loved to talk at Whale Day as well. He loved to be up there on the stage and talk. He was very good at it, too.
He was.
He was very good at talking, wasn't he? You give him a microphone, he'd just go. That's the voice of Josh, who's a wonderful naturalist here and in the studio. So happy to have Grammy Award winner. So nice to say that, Peter Cater. We'll be doing a special event this Saturday on Unknown Future. I actually wrote a poem about this. You know me, Peter. I write a poem at the drop of a pin.
Uh-huh.
And there aren't any pins anymore, are there?
Drop of a hat.
Oh, not many. Well,
A
there's
drop
more
of a
hats than
drop
pins.
of a snorkel.
At a drop of a snorkel, I read a poem. But actually, I wrote a poem called An Unknown Future because it kind of seemed interesting that the event this Saturday is called An Unknown Future. And a lot of people didn't realize when this was all kind of going around what was going to be happening with Greg, who passed away Saturday. Had a brain tumor. He's not that old. He was like 63 years old, I believe.
Great.
And he was quite an amazing man. I remember when he started, way back when, he started with just a small one little rubber ship. He was going out in the Zodiacs. That's how he started.
Yeah, he told us a story all the time.
Did he?
The company meetings, they'd sit on the cliff. There were that few whales. They would watch for him from the cliffs up on the Poly. And once they spotted a whale, then they'd take the little dinghy out and go
Did they
do
really
their
do
research.
that?
Yeah, and then
Wow.
take the boat out again and go look for another one.
Honest to gosh. It's pretty mind-boggling that he got to the point where now there's 200 employees, and he has he was very, very economically, environmentally conscious. Maybe economically conscious, but I think more environmentally conscious,
Oh,
actually.
definitely, yeah.
He'd have those ships built, and he had very specific requirements. You know this because you take these ships out. These are all bio-friendly ships, aren't they?
Yeah, eco-consciousness was always a big thing for him, and he always said it's not easy being green.
That's so true. I can get that. Many, many years, many events, and so many people who've been blessed to go out on whale watches because of the Pacific Whale Foundation. And what I heard Monday morning early. Allison sent out a press release. And I just was like, I can't even quite imagine him not coming in and talking on the radio because this is his favorite time of year when all these events are going on,
Right.
He would be in his heyday. He'd usually be out there doing the VIP cruises with people and talking to them on the ships and at these different events. So I know he's going to be there in spirit, and I know we're going to be thinking of him as we go through this coming week with a very busy schedule of events. Although, no whale day doesn't mean that there's not going to be a huge amount of events going on. Starting with Friday, right?
Right.
Friday's going to be...
concert cruises.
The concert cruises are going to be excellent. John Cruise, I love John Cruise. John Cruise doing a concert cruise on Friday. And
Right,
also,
and then we got Hapa on Saturday.
yeah, Hapa. I love Hapa. And Barry Flanagan, of course. And that's very cool. And then Amy Gilliam on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sunday's a big party out there, too, in Ma'alaya with none other than Eric Gilliam and the Banana Slug String Band. And that's all free and stuff, too. But we're going to talk with Peter here. First of all, Peter, congratulations. I really haven't seen you since you walked past me at the premiere ceremony in New York to go up on stage and get that Grammy, and it did turn out that 13 was indeed your lucky number. Your son was with you, who's 13, and you I think you might have had a feeling this might be your year. Did you have a sense at all?
I thought I had a really good chance. I was getting a lot of support. The record was, people really liked it. And I kind of felt like it was between Mia and NDRE. And, she could have easily have won. She's already won 4 Grammys, and she's super talented, and I loved her performance. It was
I Am Light
good.
was so beautiful, wasn't it?
It was so beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
And, but I had a feeling, and truth be told, I actually had sort of like a premonition about it, like back at the end of May. But you know how that is. You never know whether you can trust those things.
No, no, really. But it's interesting because after so many nominations, some artists might just say, "I'm not going to go this next time," because people don't realize it. It's extremely expensive. If you're going to go to the Grammys,
Oh, yeah. I took my son, too. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's like, it cost a lot of money.
It does. I figured
Especially
I'd spend
going-
about $6,000. You didn't have to do the hair and makeup.
Well, you spent more than I did, but still, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. Where you get the clothes and hair and makeup.
It's a lot of
all
wear
that.
and tear, too, especially going all the way to New York from here.
Yeah, I got that thing coming back. It's just
I
now
got
getting
it,
better.
yeah. I'm just over it, too.
Yeah, but it is the Grammys, and a lot of people say a lot of things. I've been hearing it. You've been hearing it. Whatever it is, it's still always, you can now say, Grammy Award winner. Your life isn't changed, I don't think, in any way, except you did get some attention after it happened, and a lot of people were, I'm sure, you probably had thousands of congratulations, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, actually. Yeah, and I do think, I've been thinking about it because it's been a couple of weeks, and I'm pretty much, back in my normal lifestyle. I'm not waking up in the morning thinking about it,
Uh-huh.
And, in a way it does change things because in terms of like marketing and, just that sort of that name recognition and being able to say Grammy winner, it does change things. It is more impactful, I think, than to say 13-time nominee, which I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure.
I wouldn't be sure either.
Because 13 is a lot of times,
Yeah.
But I think it is better to say Grammy winner. In that sense, it has changed. But in another sense, since I've been doing this my whole life,
Yeah.
and my career's already been, pretty,
60,
pretty
about
good,
60 albums out, and
Yeah,
soundtracks,
it's not
and movies
it's not
and-
like things are really that different. But I think I am going to be doing a lot more gigs this next year, and. Like with anything else, when you get acknowledgement from your peers like that, really, I think the main thing is that it gives you even more creative freedom, more of a sense of like, I'm going to do it just whatever I feel like doing, which I already do anyway, but I think this kind of gives me an added stamp of just follow my heart, just follow my passion,
That is beyond value in money. If you can say that, that's
priceless.
That is priceless.
That's like
if you
an
can
American
actually
Express
get to
card.
the
Right there.
If you get to the, did they give you one of those too?
No, they give you a watch.
Centurion. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get a watch?
Yeah, they give you a watch, but I don't
I
wear
didn't
watches.
know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know they
You
gave
wear
watches.
I
No.
don't wear
I wear
watches.
After I moved to Hawaii, I stopped wearing a watch.
My
Well, my cell phone just does it now.
oh no,
Look
everything.
at mine right here.
No,
front
no,
and center.
everything on the cell phone's right there in the Apple Watch.
Oh, that's cool. I need
yeah,
one of
that's cool.
those.
You do need one of those.
Yeah.
Well, we should talk about
I need
this
a raise.
gala event because
We absolutely should, because this is very, very
I'm looking
important.
forward to it a lot.
I am
actually.
too. I'm going to go. And
I mean, look, red carpet arrival, sustainable seafood poo-poos, open bar. I mean, that's enough right there for me
Right.
to go.
Right.
Let alone I'm playing the piano, and
And that's priceless.
this is an American Express card. And then there's DJ and dancing, and all the proceeds go directly to Save the Maui Dolphin. I mean,
Well, Josh is going to help with
you
this
gonna talk
because
about that?
well,
Okay.
Yeah.
because this is why it's called an unknown future. Although I did find it rather ironic and
It's
write a poem about
it's
this.
not because of the open bar.
And that could be it too. But the reality is we don't know our future, but we do know there's some very, very important things that people need to be aware of. We all know the humpback whales have come back, but we may not know that there are 5 different species very much at risk, some extremely at risk of going extinct. And the funds from this masquerade ball is going to go directly towards helping those species which are about to go extinct. And a couple were down to 20, 30, 40 whales at the most.
Even less.
Even less whales.
Yeah, the Maui dolphin I think is under 20.
Wow.
And the Maui dolphin, of course, is not here in Maui.
Right. Isn't it
As you
strange?
guys
They
might
never
know.
are.
Yeah.
They never are.
Yep. You
Where
know,
are they?
everyone saw Moana, right? So they know the character Maui is in all the Polynesian cultures. So do you guys know where the Maui dolphin is?
No,
No.
I don't.
It's in New Zealand.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So they have the Maori culture in
Mm-hmm.
New Zealand, which is part of the Polynesian triangle. The southern point of the Polynesian Triangle is New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they have the Maui dolphin there and critically endangered.
So, I mean, if it's down to less than 20, that's really frightening. That's pretty close to extinction right there.
Yeah.
And again, here we are, and we both of us didn't know where the Maui dolphin was from, and just bringing awareness to that's important. The other ones were strange. One's off Arabia in the sea off the bay.
Right,
there.
yeah, and I wanted to tell you guys about that because you said the humpbacks are back from the brink of extinction, which ours are, and a lot of the populations of humpbacks are back from the brink of extinction. You know, I think that's a great reason to cheer.
Yes.
I'm out there every day, you know,
Yep.
telling people about that because we need that, you know, positive news. We're making a difference. Things are happening.
It can, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
So a lot of the animals are coming back, and
Yep.
the Endangered Species Act works.
Yes, it does indeed. It does indeed. Where the other one was down? Was it in South America? Was there one species that was
Yeah,
close to
so there's the
extinction?
Chilean blue whale, and also the vaquita, which is a small dolphin. And so the Arabian Sea humpback whale is one of the humpbacks that are critically endangered.
So this is where the funds for this is going. I mean, and when you get to an event like this, you don't do a lot of these kind of events here on Maui. I don't know. I can never think of you actually doing a masquerade gala before,
No,
Peter.
I'm looking forward to it. Though.
But what people may not know is you have a long history of actually caring about whales, and you actually had done a lot of projects. It had to be 10, 15 years ago. You did some work with music for the whales.
I've always been environmentally active. I was one of the first Greenpeace members. I wrote the music to Greenpeace Greatest Hits, which was a video that came out a long time ago about Greenpeace's attempts to stop whale hunting. And, they were out there on their Zodiacs and getting, sprayed down, by these large, ships, with their water guns or whatever. And I've always been environmentally active. I mean, really from the very beginning, because I've always been very, very clear that, this whole save the earth thing, we're not saving the earth, we're saving our own asses because we're not very smart and we're not very thoughtful in terms of the future, and so I've been about it for a long time. And one of the reasons I moved to Maui 11, 12 years ago was because I just couldn't believe that these whales, they just come here and hang out all winter long, and you can actually, see them and, get within 100 yards of them. And, I mean, it's pretty amazing.
It's breathtaking.
It's life-changing.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
you
it really
see
is.
all the time out there because you're out there taking
You never get
people
tired
out.
of it.
I've been
right?
doing this for almost 13 years,
Yeah.
and it's just really, really inspiring, and just feels really good to be able to take people out there and give them those, or, kind of help them to get those breathtaking, life-changing experiences on the
kids
day-to-day.
especially, when you see the kids' face.
I was out there today doing the Keiki whale watches
For the school kids.
for a couple of different school groups. Yeah.
What's it like? And what do the kids say?
The kids are great. So we had some preschoolers and we had some second graders out there today, and they scream. Especially the second graders today. They're like, just every couple minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. It was synchronized, but you never know when it's going to happen. All the kids will just scream really loud. They're like, I'll back up. They're like,
And the whales hear them. That sounds like a peacock. I'm sorry, Josh.
no, it sounds like second graders. I'm telling you, ask my coworkers. That's exactly what it sounded like.
But isn't that a thrill? I mean, because some of these kids, see, this is one thing I learned from the Pacific Whale Foundation. And Greg, I didn't realize that we'd think that all the kids growing up on Maui have been out on ships and been out on the water to see the whales. And I found out that they make a point of taking them out, but a lot of them hadn't been out on boats before, hadn't been out
Yeah,
to
I
see
like
them.
to ask the kids to raise their hands. How many of you guys have seen a whale just now for the first time? And a lot of the kids raise their hands. Usually most of them, or a lot of them, are like, yeah, I've never seen a whale before today.
Isn't that mind-boggling, Peter? I mean, here they are on Maui. They're a lot of them born here, and they haven't been out to see the whales before. And so you're giving them the opportunity there to get out and see them for the first time. And I've been around the Pacific Whale Foundation, and I know I've talked to Greg many times about this. A lot of the people who were in school or who were young and gone out on a whale watch, some of them have come back and have worked as a marine biologist and volunteered or worked with the Pacific Whale Foundation, because that whole cycle in 38 years have gone around.
They're the future,
Yeah.
They're going to be making the decisions, someday, and, we need people to make good decisions for our planet. Just like you said, we're all in this together.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of saving our own asses in a way.
Yeah, well,
In a huge
definitely.
way, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Can I ask you-
go
Can I
ahead.
ask you a question?
Yeah.
So why is it that the humpback whales here are kind of like coming back and, they're healthier and more abundant and stuff? And why is that the ones that are, other ones are struggling more? Is it because of hunting or what is it? What's the difference between our humpback whales that are doing fine and the other ones?
It's likely there are many reasons. Sorry that I don't have a lot of specifics on exactly why, but I do know that our population is pretty well protected from hunting.
Right.
Despite the international moratorium on commercial whaling, whaling, like you said, is still going on.
Yeah.
And spending most of their time in United States waters offers them a little bit of protection,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even though they're off the Endangered Species Act, they're not considered endangered, these Hawaiian humpbacks. They're still protected.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
very true. You're not going to find anyone out there going out and harpooning a whale.
Right.
You can be sure of that. But we don't know what's happening in other areas, and money can turn a lot of people's minds around. And I think it's getting better. I really hope it's getting better. But there are other whales. I mean, I just found out yesterday the right whale's getting close to extinction as well.
Right, the North Atlantic right whale is
Yeah.
critically endangered as well. And that would be, I think Big Five is like a good number for them to have, or for us to have at Pacific Whale Foundation, but I think that one could easily be on the list if you wanted to do a Big Six.
And that's just, that is the United States.
Right?
But I was wondering why, and I guess that these whales move slow and are right there in the shipping lanes, and a lot of times these get hit by ships.
That's right. And, a really cool
Yeah,
story
really.
They don't-
about that is that they were able to actually move the shipping lane.
I didn't know that.
Scientists studied these North Atlantic right whales, and they figured out that they really prefer that shipping lane. Mm-hmm. Not because there's ships there, but because that's where they feed.
Mm-hmm.
And so they looked at the shipping lanes and where these animals like to feed, and they said it overlaps. Why don't we just move the shipping lane over a little bit to an area that's not used as much by these whales?
Wow.
And they were able to actually do it.
Wow, that is wonderful. That's great to hear, because I was shocked that right here in America, like we say, we think it's all protected. And here are these getting very close to critically, you said, endangered
That's right.
whales right off the East Coast there in the Atlantic. But let's talk, Peter. I want to talk a little bit about this event. It's going to be at the beautiful King Kamehameha Club. Have you ever played before at that Marilyn Monroe house?
No, I've never been there.
I can't see. Now that's another thing that surprises me, is not a kid not seeing whales on Maui, but it's such a beautiful room, and it's so elegant. And of course, Frank Lloyd Wright, he liked his curves, and everything's circular and beautiful there in the room. So it's number one, it's a gorgeous room, and of course, lots of parking, and this is going to be a very special event this Saturday, and people can get tickets. And if you are a member, you get 20% off the cost of tickets. You might want to become a member of the Pacific Whale Foundation, because that will save you about $40 on the ticket.
Plus, it's a tax write-off, right?
It is absolutely a tax write-off.
You get VIP boarding on the trips too, which is another big selling point for the memberships.
And you get a discount on the price of a whale watch.
Right.
And I think you get one that might even be free when you get
Yeah, you get to pick a gift when you become a member of our foundation, so you can easily, pay for your donation with all the benefits you get. So one of the gift options is a ticket for a free whale watching trip or a free dolphin watching trip.
Yeah, that's really nice right
Yeah.
there. Yeah. So definitely worth doing that. I do want to let people know, in fact, I suggest you go to MauiWhaleFestival.org, MauiWhaleFestival.org for information on this, because this is coming up in just a couple days. I mean, It's this Saturday night. And what time are you getting there, do you know?
I think I play from 6 to 7:30.
Oh, well, that's good. So right at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes people come late to these things,
Do they?
Well, yeah,
It's Maui.
It's Maui. I'm going to get there early. I never come late to anything.
Well, it's fun to dress up too. You don't get a
It
chance to
is.
dress up much on Maui, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to wear the outfit I got for the Round Glass Music Award things in New York, and I get to wear it. You know, not very often do you get to wear an
Yeah.
outfit
Oh, I
that's
know.
formal a couple of times in
yeah.
a month.
I'm going to wear the same thing I wore to the Grammys.
Are you too?
Well, I'm in a black suit.
Yeah. It's nice.
Plus a mask.
It's my birthday on Thursday, so this is going to be kind of my birthday celebration.
Oh,
because-
happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And it's supposed to rain, so I don't know. They're saying thunder showers and rain maybe the next couple of days, and I'm hoping not, because I think of all the people who go out and get married on Maui, who come here to get married on the beach, and I sure hoping the rain's not going to rain on their parade.
You know, it doesn't always come right when they say it's going to
I
happen.
know.
You know, a lot of times it's pushed back from when they
I
actually
know,
think
but
it's
then
going to hit.
my birthday's the day after Valentine's Day. So
Maybe it'll be 2 days.
well, then we get
Oh,
into
then
it.
it-
Then
oh,
we
yeah.
don't want to ruin your whale watches.
No, that's true.
That's because the next day after that is John Cruz on that Friday with the whale watch for that.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
Those, and John Cruz is the nicest guy. Do you know John Cruz?
I don't think so.
Oh, you really should meet him. I'm surprised you don't know him. He's just a real musician's musician, a very cool guy, and just loves music.
He's one of
And-
my favorite local artists.
He's one of those people that always doesn't go anywhere without his guitar, and he'll just be sitting there. Next thing you know, everyone's singing, and it's just that it's in his blood, because it's really his whole family is all. I mean, it's the Cruz family is a huge musician in the blood thing, So it's going to be a great event when he gets out there
Oh, yeah.
with the whales, right?
And he always loved to play at Whale Day, too. We have
That's
the Whale
right.
Day celebration every
Yeah.
year. He would always be there.
Absolutely true. That's a
Yep.
good point. I had that's very much true. Yeah, he's a great guy. I love John Cruz, and you know what? No attitude. No musician kind of like attitude, but just as down home. And he lives here on Maui now. He moved from Oahu to Maui here last year, and so he's very happy living here now as well. And so, it's going to be a very cool thing on that one. It's hard to pick because there's so many great ones. You almost have to go out to everything. But I do know on the Saturday event that it's done in the daytime, so you can still go out to Peter's at night because in case people do want to go on the cruise that day, they can still
They could
make
go
it.
on the concert cruise with Hapa, and then
Yeah.
there's the Banana Slug string band for the kids. They're really good, too. You ever heard them?
I haven't heard
Oh,
them.
man.
I've heard
I
them.
have the CD. I have a 2-year-old at home, so I have their CD, Only One Ocean. And it's great. I listen to it even when my kid's not around.
Really? That's great. That's wonderful. So your kid gets to hear the great music about the ocean.
Yeah, my daughter, Kailea, yeah.
Can she sing the words and sing along? She's at the point where she can sing yet?
She sings. She doesn't sing those ones yet, but yeah, she does sing. It's pretty funny.
That's
it's really
gotta be-
cute.
And she's been out on the whale watch cruises,
Yeah,
and she likes
yeah,
that.
we got her out on the
Is
whale
she
watches.
impressed when she hears her dad talking about the whales out there?
Yeah, it's funny. We took her out, and my wife Morgan said, "Look, Kailea, a whale." And I mean, she loves animals. She's
Yeah.
she's a real animal person. She knows a lot about animals. She just turned 2. She can name really obscure animals that you probably would never even have heard of. We have the little National Geographic magazine for little kids. So yeah, she's a really animal person. So my wife says, "Look, Kailea, a whale," and she goes, "Whale."
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
So when you're doing this gig Saturday, I'm kind of curious because on the whole, most of the time you do a lot of improvisation. You may take a base of a song or a couple of songs from CDs you've done, but you do improvise a lot. So when you go into an event like this, which is going to be kind of fun, you're going to dress up in your black suit, no cape or anything, huh?
No
Not gonna
cape.
do
I mean, if I
fancy.
had one, I might wear it. But
I
I don't
know.
have one.
You need a Superman cape.
I was
We
thinking
need
of
a
black
Grammy
cape. I was
cape.
thinking of Phantom
No.
of the Opera cape.
It would be
That
kinda
would be cool,
It
yeah.
would really be cool. Yeah, I like that idea. But then do you know what you're going to play when you do something like this? Because it's a nice event and you're there and you play everything from your house parties, very very casual, to not that many formal, but you've certainly done a lot of very high end events for people like Sundance Music Awards and pretty high end people things before. I imagine those Robert Redford events must have been pretty high end, right?
Oh yeah.
When you people all dressed up for those.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, a lot of major celebrities, don't need to dress up.
That's true. That's true. Like, look at you. You got shorts with holes in them.
That's the style, isn't it?
That's the style. It is. He's got the shorts. He doesn't
Did you
need
buy
to
them with the
impress
holes
me.
in already?
The holes are extra, yeah.
You used to just scissors. They have to charge you for that.
No, in the old days, you actually had to wear them a whole lot.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
He's too young.
Well, I mean, no, I still,
Yeah.
I don't buy them with the holes in. I just wear them out. And
In the old days, they were authentic holes. They came from wear and tear.
Now they're
and it was
designer
like, wow,
holes.
We just had those jeans a long time.
You have to pay. You have to
Now
about
you buy 'em
$50
new
a
like
hole.
that.
Yeah, $50 a hole for that. But do you know what you're going to ever play, or you just sit down and
I never
go for
think
it?
about it, no.
You don't. You just go for it.
No, I'm just going to fill the room because, people will probably be talking and stuff. So, I'll probably...
Yeah,
I'll probably
that's
just feel it
interesting.
out and just
That
do whatever.
that's very, very
it's
interesting.
an art, huh? Being
Yeah.
able to kind of read the crowd and try to figure out what
What's
what
best?
yeah.
What's best for the room? The
Yeah.
last thing you want to do is compete.
I hadn't thought about
You want
that.
to sort of enhance and kind of...
It's like that on the whale watches too, because you kind of have to feel out the crowd and think like, do they want a little more talk, a little less talk? They want a little more
Right.
time watching the whales,
And I guess I hadn't thought about that, but they're different groups, and even different times of day and everything.
Well,
I think.
each whale watch is different too. You never know what the whales are going to do. Sometimes it's more sleepy. Sometimes it's more active. And people always ask me, is it better in the morning, better in the afternoon?
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell people, you never know. You can't predict whether they're going to be more active now or more active a couple.
Really? So generally
Hours
speaking,
from
they're
now.
more active in the morning?
Sometimes, yeah. And sometimes they're more active in the afternoon.
Oh.
So there's no way of predicting which trip you should take.
But you do
if you're
have
booking a trip for
times
tomorrow.
where it's busier with the
That's right.
competition pods and everything. Sometimes
Well, not
that's-
just that, but you've probably seen it. It just lights up sometimes.
Yeah.
You look out and there's whales going off everywhere.
Yeah, surrounding
And
you pretty
then,
much.
and then other times you go out there and it's like you see a blow and then they dive.
Yeah,
And then you see another blow and then they dive.
yeah.
You know,
By
and
the
they're
time
just
you
like-
head there, they're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spending most of their time down below.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's like all over. You look all around and nobody's active. Then other times, one starts getting active and then you see whales breaching everywhere.
And a couple of times I've been out in the last couple of years. I mean, I went on I happened to be on Josh's whale watch a few weeks ago. It was in January before, of course, the Grammys. And so it was kind of early in the season still, because early January is still early in the season. But gosh, it was fantastic. And it was one of the best whale watches I've been on. But again, there were the competition pods, and then some of them came really close, which you always love. I mean, I always laugh at people who think they can get pictures of whales with their iPhone. But I actually got some nice pictures of whales with my iPhone. It's a good sign when you can actually get a picture of a whale that you can see afterwards with your iPhone, right? Because, these days, well, some people I've seen people bring the big cameras out there,
Oh,
but
yeah. You
quite
get a lot of
people-
good people with really amazing equipment out there.
Yeah.
The
it's their-
long telephoto lenses and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone drop those in the water ever? Ever
I
had
haven't
that
seen
happen?
anyone drop one of those,
good.
but I've seen quite a few iPhones wrecked in the water, like on snorkel trips and stuff. They have them in the little resealable bag kind of thing.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
No.
No, folks, do not do that. Do not put your iPhone in a resealable bag and think you can take pictures underwater. Ain't gonna work. I mean, maybe the 10s are supposed to be a little more waterproof, but I don't know about that. So this is really an important thing, folks. We really want you to get out there. I know that Greg Kaufman would like you to be there, and this is going to be a very interesting event, seeing as it'll be exactly a week after his passing on this Saturday, when there's going to be this unbelievable event where you can see Peter Cater. This is the first big event you're having since you won your Grammy, so it's kind of a celebration of you as well.
Is it? Okay.
Where did you put your Grammy, Peter?
I didn't get it yet. They send it to you later. They have to engrave it and stuff.
Oh, so you don't even have it yet.
Yeah, those are all just for show on stage.
Oh, that's
They
not.
recycle those.
They don't let you.
Everyone
take
holds
those.
the same one.
Oh, really? Seriously, I didn't
Yeah,
know
they have
that.
like a dozen of them or something.
So that wasn't your Grammy at that time.
It was fine though. I
Yeah.
wasn't complaining.
You didn't have to worry about TSA coming back. Because
That's
I
right.
wouldn't want to put it in a bag. You want a check bag with your Grammy on or something. That would be a good
No,
idea.
you wouldn't do that.
I
no.
wouldn't do that, no.
Yeah, you'd have to carry it right with you.
That's
I
right.
know-
Right? You'd have it like this, right next to your heart. the
Well,
whole
I
time.
remember George Kamoko. Of course, he's gotten 4 Grammys, And he was saying how one time he tried to take it through TSA, and it kind of stopped everything. And then he was trying to explain what it was, and then everyone was coming over and going, "Oh, look at this! It's a Grammy!" And everyone kind of clogged the whole lineup, you know. But yeah, no, it's going to hopefully have a very special place in your home. Maybe not on your piano. You couldn't do it on your piano. Well, maybe you could do it on your piano.
I wouldn't put it in my creative space. I'd probably put it somewhere. I don't know. I haven't even thought about it, to tell you the truth.
You really haven't after all this time?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh! But you always work so far in advance because you're now just about ready for your new CD to come out in March, right?
Right.
I mean, so that's going to be big. So you got to do that and do some prep work for that. Is the cover everything pretty much done on that?
Yeah, it's all done.
That's exciting. So you've seen it all.
Yep.
And you still do CDs. So you go to who do you get to print your CDs?
Different companies.
Disc
Depends on.
maker, or do you use them or not?
No, I don't use them.
Because they're all the way on the East Coast, and it's expensive to ship from there. Use
Yeah.
someone on the Pacific side, on the West Coast?
I don't even worry about that kind of stuff.
You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff.
No.
Isn't that nice? I have to worry about that kind of stuff. when I
Yeah,
do.
if you want a recommendation, I can find you one.
I would like a recommendation,
Because
sure.
the prices range quite a bit, and usually companies like Discmaker are more pricey.
They are. No,
Yeah.
absolutely they are. I mean, people don't realize that, you know, it's these things, there's not a big margin of money made by the time you get through with creating them, doing them, getting them out, et cetera, et cetera. Do you sell most of your CDs when you play or when, because I think you're different than most people. Most people who are musicians now have to sell most of their CDs when they do live gigs. But do you sell most online or most on at events?
It's probably pretty even.
Is it even? Oh, interesting.
Yeah, for hard CDs.
Yeah, for her.
I mean, downloads and streaming is the main thing, but
But you get so little money for those now.
tell me about it.
Oh, I know. I get my CD Baby 1 penny, Spotify 2 cents, 3 cents. Right, the list of, and you know how that is, right? So
Do you
it
guys
takes-
record in high definition?
Yeah.
So do you get any sales for like the, you know, the high res files and stuff, like HD tracks and whatnot?
Hmm.
Yeah.
on top of that, Peter's found a whole new thing, which I wasn't aware of until you told me. You have actually found a certain level of resonance that you find better for music that is not what a lot of people play in keys. You call it, what key do you do that? What
It's
make-
A432.
Explain that to people.
It's just a lower tuning that was.
Oh, it's a lower tuning.
Yeah, it was the primary tuning of all orchestral instruments prior to the 1950s, 1940s. Somewhere around World War II, a lot of the orchestras in Europe decided to tune up and go sharper to try to make the music have more of an edge, sound a little more exciting.
Who would decide something like that? Isn't that
People
interesting?
decide that all the time. I mean, now, so for the standard for a while was A440, and now some orchestras are going to A445.
Really?
Because it's always that idea that things aren't they're not good enough where they are. We have to make them tighter, louder, more of an edge. And I disagree. And so this A432 is, I didn't find it. It was something that I've been hearing about for a long time that I finally just thought I would try. And
So what does
I
that
like
mean
it.
to your piano keys? Do you take the strings and make them a little looser, or what does that mean to you? How do you
Well,
do it?
Yeah, when you tune the instrument, you're tuning to somewhat lower tuning, about a third of a step.
And so you have to, and it's hard to find good piano tuners. There's only like 3 or 4 good piano tuners on Maui, right?
I don't know how many there are.
But you've got a good guy,
Yeah.
and he knows that you have these strange tastes.
Yeah, he tolerates me.
But he can't do the piano you're going to be using on Saturday.
No.
So Saturday you'll have to go back to the other tuning.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah, it is. And of course, you've got a special piano as well.
Well, it's my piano.
And of course,
It's
of course,
special.
of course it's special. It's your piano. Absolutely it's special. No, but it is. It's a beautiful piano. Did you have that one?
No.
Because it looks like a handmade piano.
It's a unique piano. Yeah, I was given it by the company.
Oh, you were given that piano?
Yeah.
How
By what company?
Wow.
Young Chang Promberger.
Oh, the company that makes the piano, they gave it to you.
Yeah.
Did they hear,
Oh,
hear
cool.
you and decide to do that afterwards? Or did you write to them, or how did you work that out?
I approached them.
You did, and you knew about. Are they a European company?
They're a cross between a South Korean and German company.
Well, isn't that interesting? Wow. And you knew about them, and you'd played their
Yeah,
piano?
I'd like their pianos.
And you played them in Europe, or where'd you play them?
I played them wherever I wanted to.
Because you're Peter Gator.
No, because
No.
they're available.
Well, you don't hear about them very often here. Not on Maui.
Probably not on Maui, no.
You're probably the only one that has one on Maui.
Could be.
Could be.
Probably.
Yeah. And we want to give a shout out, by the way, Ruth. She's really quite an amazing little person. She has been running the piano conservatory at the Queen Kalmanu Center
Right.
for a long time. And she's taught so many kids how to play piano. And she's upstairs there. And she helped you when you played for Dekine Day last year.
Mhm.
And she was really happy to help you get the piano for this event this Saturday as well, which was very kind of her.
Is that Ruth?
Ruth, yeah, she's wonderful. If you're going to have your daughter learn how to play piano,
Yeah, I want to. Yeah.
you got to take her to Ruth. Is the piano conservatory? Oh, Peter could teach her.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if I'm a good teacher. No.
He's still trying to figure out how to teach his son, but your son's not learning piano anymore, right?
No, he's playing guitar.
Which is okay, and he can accompany you.
Oh, I'm glad he's playing guitar.
So you don't have any competition.
How old's your son?
13.
What was his thoughts about going to the Grammy? It was his first time after all these years. His first time he went, right? What did he think?
He enjoyed it. He liked being in New York, and
He did?
Yeah, he liked it quite a bit.
He liked even though it was freezing cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was his first time
Well,
ever.
the grass is always greener.
Is it?
Yeah, you raise them, in the warm, beautiful Maui, and they find, colder, busier climates intriguing and attractive. So it's like,
Well, there were some good parties and things you went to, and
yeah, kind of. We avoided the parties. We mostly we saw some Broadway shows. And then
oh,
we
what
went
did
to
you
some
see?
restaurants.
Which Broadway show did you see?
We saw Beautiful, the Carole King show.
Oh, how
Carole King story.
nice! How was that?
That was really nice.
Her
And
daughter was doing it for a while, but her daughter's not doing it now, right?
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
know. And then we saw a Blue Man Group.
Oh, you saw Blue Man Group?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they were doing it there.
Yeah.
I didn't go. I wanted to, but they were so expensive. I wanted to see Bruce Springsteen.
Oh yeah. I would've liked
Tickets
to
were
have
like
seen that, too.
$4,000. I mean,
That
I
would've
heard
been-
Oh,
someone
my.
getting one for about $2,500, but I just sorry I couldn't.
Yeah.
There's something in me saying there's no way it makes sense to pay $2,500 to see Bruce Springsteen. But the weirdest thing, I was going to one of these events, and of course you do taxis everywhere. Actually, it was Lyft for me, and happened to go down by the theater. I didn't even know it was Bruce was playing on the street. So the driver's going down, and like everything's blocked in traffic, and he's going, "What's going on?" And Bruce was getting out of his car, and on the street there had to be. He was being swamped by probably about 100 people, and everyone was trying to hold their iPhone up. And I, it was like, how high can you hold your iPhone and angle it down and get a picture of Bruce Springsteen in the midst of him trying to get from his car to the door of the theater, right? You can imagine. They didn't do that to you, did they, Peter?
No,
you didn't
they
get,
didn't
you
do
didn't
that
get
to
that.
me.
But that's why I guess people are spending $4,000 for tickets. But I wanted to go, but I didn't. I couldn't. I really couldn't afford that kind of thing. But that's really cool that you went to 2 shows, because you weren't there that long. You were there, what, 5 days, 4 days?
4 days.
Yeah, pretty quick, and you were out of Dodge because he had to get back to school, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. So he liked New York. You had a successful trip.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Well, that's wonderful. What was it like backstage after you get your Grammy? I've always wondered, because sometimes on the big event they show things, but they don't on the Grammys, the premiere. What was it like after you got your Grammy?
That was actually the most fun part. I mean, actually, getting the Grammy obviously was the most fun part, but it was so cool to be backstage because I was very clear that I had never been there before.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like I've been
Yeah.
nominated like all those times, and I've been through, the nominees receptions and the after parties and this party and this and that and blah, blah, blah. But I've never been standing there side stage having just won, and you're kind of in shock a little bit. So they
Oh,
have like
yeah.
the nice people that come up to you and they go, Mr. Cater, I'm going to be taking you through the acceptance process and the interviews and blah, blah, blah. And you're kind of in shock. So it's like someone comes up and says, Mr. Cater, you've been in an accident. And if you just follow my instructions, everything will be okay. And I'm like, okay, good. That sounds
Remain
great.
calm.
Hold my hand.
And one thing they have back there, which I didn't know, is they have a vodka bar.
Really?
Yeah, so they have a vodka bar because I mean, for
You like
obvious
vodka.
reasons. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I do like vodka. I mean, it was only 3:30 in the afternoon, but I
Yeah.
just won a Grammy,
Oh, hey,
so
yes.
we went to the vodka bar, and but they interview you, the press photos, press interviews, personal photos, Naris interviews. I mean, it's pretty cool. You're treated very nice, and it's very, very different than being nominated.
I have a feeling that is very true. You got a great picture of you I've seen on some of the photos you've been sending out of you holding not your Grammy,
But
your
a Grammy.
A Grammy,
yeah.
so they have that. And they don't even make you pay like they do at some of these red carpet events for your picture, right? They sent you a picture for free, right?
You get tons of photos. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, they give you a watch, an engraved watch.
What kind of watch
that
is it? A
company, what is it,
wristwatch or
Bulvga?
Bolivar?
Yeah, it's a
Bolivar.
high-end watch.
For your wrist, yeah.
Yeah, for your wrist. It's one of those, fat things that, it's a very nice gesture, but like I said, I don't wear watches, so I'm going to give it to my son.
Oh, well, that's very nice.
But it'll have my name on the back,
But meanwhile, your son was in the
commemorative.
audience, right?
Yeah,
So
he was sitting with friends. He didn't.
Oh,
I asked him if he wanted to go up with me, and he said no.
Oh, you did ask.
Yeah.
Because some people said, how come his son didn't go up with him? Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want to.
Well,
I don't blame him.
I don't either. I've been really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty shy myself. I was pretty nervous about going up too.
Were you
so-
shaking?
I don't remember.
You really don't even remember.
I mean, I watched the videos and I seemed pretty composed and
Yeah.
like I knew what I was talking
You did,
about,
yeah.
but it was definitely like, it's a
It-
trip.
it
When you
altered.
when you hear your name, and it's almost like, you're so psyched up that you don't really hear clearly
Yeah.
either. Like all I heard was like,
All the adrenaline, right?
it's true.
That is
Yeah.
so funny. I'm
It's-
sorry, Peter. That is so funny. You sounded like you were underwater there.
But it's
You
exactly what it was like. It was like, and you kind of hear it, and you go,
It's like the
"Oh my God,
teacher in the
that was my record."
Charlie Brown show.
Uh-huh.
Wah, 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 wah.
Exactly, but you recognize, oh my God, that was not India Re. It was like it was my name, and so you kind of go like, I guess I'm going up there, and you
And
just
it's
go.
so funny. People don't realize this, but the premiere ceremony is only streamed. It's not televised. But folks, anyone who's a musician will say that's their favorite part because this is really where the majority of awards are given out. And they say before you start the show, you only have some ridiculously short period of time.
45 seconds.
45 seconds.
from the moment your name is called.
Which is, and you
So
have to walk down.
Yes, and you
And
have
I
to try
went-
not to fall on your face when you're going up the stairs.
And it's like, really? I mean, it takes for
45 seconds. Well,
some
they get-
people, I mean,
Yeah.
so yeah, there's a little bit of that pressure going on too. It's like, oh my God, I got to rush and get up there, and I got to rush and say what I want to say because I don't want to get cut off, right? Yeah, but you said you handled it very well, and people were so thrilled for you.
I felt so loved and appreciated. I really
Mm-hmm.
did. I was kind of surprised, actually. I mean, I really felt embraced. And when I said that I had 13 nominations and this was my first win, and like the whole place was like just applauding. It was really gratifying and beautiful, and it was cool. I mean, it was way, way cool.
Kind of a lifetime achievement award of sorts.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's taken you so long, to get to that point. So that's so cool. Well, you've done some wonderful. I mean, I've loved every single release you've put out, Peter.
Thank you.
And I'm a huge fan.
I know.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
I have a little list of music that I make for my airplane rides, it's Cindy's playlist. And you have almost every single one of your CDs are on that Cindy's playlist because it's very, very good to listen to on long plane rides back. So, and that's a big compliment because I only have the best music on Cindy's playlist. So, and you made the cut. So I can't wait to hear your next CD is going to be called what, and when is it out?
It's called She,
Oh, good.
and it's out March 30th.
Wow.
And it's about the feminine. It's my ode to my muse,
Oh,
which
wonderful.
happens to be the divine feminine in all its forms.
Oh, I am so happy to hear that because the divine
cool.
feminine is finally, I had that thing with Mother Mary, which really is more the divine feminine, but people don't think of Mother Mary as the divine feminine. But she is the divine feminine.
I do.
Thank you. I'll get you a CD. But no, because there's now the divine feminine's time finally, but there's this kind of jockeying for position, and a lot of people don't understand it yet. So I cannot wait to hear that CD.
It features a beautiful female vocalist named Pia Luzzi. So she sings on all but one song. And it's really beautiful. I mean, I wouldn't say it was beautiful.
No,
but I
you
didn't
wouldn't
think
if
it
you
was
didn't
beautiful.
like it. Yeah. I don't think you'd put it out if you didn't.
No,
think it was beautiful.
if I wasn't in love with it, I wouldn't put it out.
Did you ever do a CD thinking it was going to be a certain way, and then at the end you just went, I don't know if this feels the way I wanted it to feel, and just kind of think twice
I've
about
done
it?
a couple CDs a long time ago where I really thought it was going to be awesome, but then when I finished it, I was like, I kind of missed a little bit, And I'm not going to say what those were. Those are obviously my lesser known CDs, and it was quite a while ago, but that was when I was still struggling with, the purity of the creative process. And I was a little enamored with the idea of charts and success and reaching masses of people, so that kind of warps your creative flow.
Well, I'm glad you're aware of that because, it's so funny because someone wanted to work with me and I wanted to work with them, I thought, but as soon as I realized there was a lot of limitations being placed, I just said, I don't like limitations on the creative process, and I had to say no, because, and it's hard sometimes to say no, but you have to, as a creator, you have to be honest to the creative process. And if you aren't, well, you do, because I think otherwise it cuts it off. Yeah. I think you can easily cut off your muse if you don't listen to your muse. If you're not honoring the muse by listening to the muse, you can really put a filter on what comes through. So, I encourage everyone to go to MauiWhaleFestival.org, and it'll be there. You can do /benefit-gala. Get your tickets. Become a member. How do they get to be members? There's a couple ways, right?
Oh, yeah. So we have the forms, on our boat, or, if you stop into the
Whale Center there.
In
Foundation.
Ma'alaya, the Harbor Shops, the Pacific Whale Foundation, you can get the form there, or you can just go right online, pacificwhale.org, and become a member.
And a lot of benefits to it. And don't forget, this Friday, it's going to be a fabulous day, right?
Oh, yeah.
Are you excited? Are you going to be there, being able to go out on that John Cruise cruise on Friday?
I don't know. I'm working on Friday. I hope I'm on that one. I'm not sure.
It's so funny. They haven't assigned it yet, right?
Yeah, no.
Is it going to be
I
a
hope
lottery?
so.
I bet everyone wants to go out.
Phoebe, if you're listening, put me on that one.
Yeah. Isn't that funny how they decide to choose who gets what? Yeah. But that's going to be a special one on Friday. What time is that? Do you know? I don't know what time those are going on. I think they're in the afternoon, but I'm not sure.
I don't know.
You
Sorry.
have to go to MauiWhaleFestival.org. And on top of that, you know Barry Flanagan, right?
I know who he is. I don't think we've ever met.
Oh, you know what? He is really an excellent guitarist.
Oh, yeah,
Peter.
I know that. Yeah.
You would appreciate him because he really is very, very good guitar player.
Yep.
And he's Irish, with the name Flanagan.
Right.
But he's got that Celtic Hawaiian thing going on, which is very interesting.
Right.
With a little bit of the Celtic and the Hawaiian. So he's going out on Saturday. And then the amazing Amy Gilliam, who I adore, is out on Sunday. And, a lot of people wonder about this, and it'll be interesting to see whether or not whales come to music. And I've heard people say they think whales respond to music. What do you think, Peter? Do you think whales respond to music?
I think they would to certain kinds of music, yeah. Certain kinds of toning. I'm not an expert, of course, but...
Marty Dredd always claimed on the cocktail cruises that he did with us that they would come for the bass, the songs with bass.
Interesting.
It would bring them over, and they did seem to...
well, that's the lower frequencies, right? So that would make sense.
Yeah,
right?
and they did seem to enjoy the Bob Marley tunes. I mean, it seemed like to me anyway. I didn't really actually do a scientific study on it, but...
I'm sorry. Peter's screaming no in silent voices there. I love it. You're so fun. Wait. I got to take a picture before you go because that's something we do. We take pictures here. Even if you're listening, you got to realize I got to take a picture of. He wouldn't let me go Facebook Live today. It's not my. And then what Peter did is he actually influenced my phone to not indeed work on Facebook Live. So hold the Grammy. Yeah, there you go. Hold the Grammy up. There we go. We did a photo there. And one more. It's my camera. So you influenced my camera. I don't know how you did. But okay,
Way to use
so
the force.
he did. It's like I was gonna, and he said, I don't know if Facebook Live and close. And then my camera said, okay. Peter said he didn't want to do it.
You know, I am
So-
going to do a photo essay when I get the Grammy. I don't know where I'm going to put it in my house, but I have this idea of a photo essay I want to do on 13 ways to be with your Grammy. And I'm going to do one like sleeping, and that's on the pillow next to me. And I'm going to do one at the sushi bar with the Grammy sitting next to me. And
I
one
like that.
on the beach, and
Oh, my.
Did you just come up with that now, or
No, I've
you've
been thinking about it.
thinking
So
about it.
it was a little photo
That's a
essay.
cool idea.
Well,
13 ways.
Well,
to-
your Grammy then becomes integrated into Peter Cater's lifestyle.
Well, it's kind of a joke.
Well, I know, but that's cool. I mean, it get the word out too. So that we don't want to let people forget, Sunday's going to be a big day. It's good seeing you, Peter. I'll see you on Sunday.
Take care, Peter.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
to meet you.
See you Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday night,
Saturday.
6 o'clock, 5:30.
I'll be there.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because the red carpet and everything. But Amy is doing the thing on Sunday cruise. But if you want to get to the Eric Gilliam one with the Banana Slug String Band, fun for the kids, that's going to be happening at the shops of Ma'alaya, the harbor shops there. Do you know when that starts, Josh? In the morning. That starts in the morning. It does. I know it's. I know it starts in the morning. So that's a free one, by the way.
Yeah, the harbor party is free. Yeah,
Yeah, and Eric Gilliam is going to be fabulous. So
yeah, he's great.
yeah.
Yeah, he's on our. We have Eric Gilliam on our
Oh, he's
Friday
going out
cruises
with-
now.
He's going out on. Yeah, that's
He
right.
does the Island Rhythm cruises with us on Fridays now.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, he's been awesome.
Yeah, he's got a great voice.
Oh yeah,
I really like his voice.
I know. I love working that cruise.
That must be fun, huh?
It's a lot of fun.
He's a pretty wild and crazy guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's.
yeah. He likes to cut loose for sure.
He does. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You can call here. I'm going to give you the number for the concert cruise with John Cruise or others. You can call 249-8811. That's 249-8811, extension 1. And I would say, there's a long recording. Just go 249-8811 and hit extension 1.
Yeah, and you can use that line to become a member as well. I forgot about that way.
You can do it online?
You can become a member online, and you can also become a member
On phone.
on phone. Yeah.
I didn't know that you could do it. By
Yeah,
phone.
they'll sign you up right there on the phone lines if you'd like.
Oh, cool. So what's your little girl's
So
name?
you can get Kailea.
Do you want to give a shout out to Kailea?
Hey Kailea, I love you.
Aw.
It's so much fun being your dad.
Oh, isn't that sweet? And for kids, Valentine's Day tomorrow, and it's kind of cute. So
Yeah, we have a little Valentine's Day part. Wednesday and Thursdays are my days with her. Well, I mean, they're all my days with her, but those are my days off, so those are baby daddy days. So, yeah, we're going to a Valentine's Day party with her friends tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, that is so cool. Well, you do wonderful whale watch cruises. People can also book any cruise by calling 249-8811. And I have to say, I never, ever, ever get tired of doing the whale watch cruises. And the
Me
last
neither.
one was just amazing. You did a great job, and they're always memorable, and they always make you feel good, and people smile, and people scream.
Thanks,
and,
Cindy.
Well, it's true. People get just this high that happens, right? You feel it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when people are all so thrilled because they get to see the whales. And I mean, I hear people talking because, I live here. And some of the people just say, I heard this is the best part. Everyone says the best part about coming to Maui is doing the whale watch because there's people come out just for it.
That's
Whale
right.
watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This time of year, I mean, I always tell people ask me, when are people here on Maui, when's a little bit slower? It's always busier when the kids are out of school.
Well, we're out of time, speaking of out of school. And I want to thank you for coming in, Josh. I know you're busy. And everyone, we'll see you this weekend. And thank you for listening. A big aloha.
Aloha.